so crazy to me how quickly your body finds 16-year-old underlying feelings.
Dreams don't die. Like,
yeah, they just come back in different forms.
So when you go through your Saturn return, it basically like turns your life upside down. You are not your best moment. You are not your worst moment.
The day after I quit my job, there was nothing in front of me.
I am literally a fucking menace to society if I didn't like go on a 10-minute walk. What do you enjoy about cooking for someone who doesn't?
I can't believe it's Saturday. I don't know how we got to Saturday. I don't know. Monday felt long. Tuesday felt long.
Monday was the longest day of my fucking existence.
What was that for me? I think that was... Yeah, I just... Being out of my house before 9 a.m. in the mornings is really, like, no longer my vibe. I used to do it, and now I did it for a week, and I was just like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Because then, like, I'm outside already in the sun, and I just got up together, and I don't like that.
I mean, that's kind of sweet.
It would be if it was, like, to walk.
Right.
But it's, like, to type and to talk to people about work, like, in an email, you know? Yeah, your Monday was my Thursday.
Oof.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's just, you know?
I mean, we're on the other side of the summer solstice.
Yes, that was 20...
That was last week. So, you know, things are turning.
It's summer. We're here.
Yeah, the tides are turning in some really interesting and beautiful and messy, chaotic ways.
Those are all good words. I'm like, I was waiting for the chaos part to come.
You know? All the words. I've been thinking a lot about the idea that, like, dreams don't die. It's like the phrase that keeps coming up for me. And I just think about, like, some of the ideas that even you and I had a few years ago. And, like, time has passed, capacity, so many things, you know, were kind of in the way. And in some ways, it feels like we're returning to some of those dreams, or, like, continuing to nurture them, even if they don't look exactly like we expected them to. So I'm like, you know what? Dreams don't die. Like,
yeah, they just come back in different forms.
Exactly.
When you said that, this is where my brain went. I don't know how helpful this is to the competition we're having, but
Please.
There's a quote that's on my whiteboard in my office, and it says, "The land accepts us where we die."
Land accepts us where we die?
The land, yeah. That, like, wherever you land is... That's where my brain went. When you said dreams don't die, I was like, and the land accepts us where we die.
What does that... Say more about that.
I don't remember why it, like, stuck out to me, but it was such an interesting, like... This was, like, years ago. It was a reminder that you can, like, grind your gears to no end wherever you are, and like, you still will be accepted where you are, no matter how you feel about where you are. Is how I interpret it. So wherever you decide to, like, find respite or rest or sit is also, like, exactly where rest will find you. So I know it seems a little bit morbid that it's on my like whiteboard. People walk into there just like, I'm like, no, it's not about death, guys. It's just about, like, acceptance.
Yeah, it's about, like, relationship to the earth. And
right, that's how I took it. But I think, like, when you first read it, just says the land accepts us where we die. So it's just like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, rest, death, I don't know, sitting, all of it is similar. So
it's like, be where your feet are.
Yeah.
Is literally
and, like,
the
you'll be
only
accepted
other
for
way.
it no matter what. Was I think like the thing that I was like, what a simple way to, like, say that.
I mean, that feels resonant to me. It's like, you don't have to change anything about yourself.
Yeah.
The land will always accept you as you are, as you come with. And it reminds me of something we said in a previous episode, like, you are not your best moment, you are not your worst moment.
Yeah.
You are.
It's just, dude, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes I don't want to sense make. I just want to be like, fuck it. I'm moving on anyway. Or not, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I feel like our generation definitely just tries to make meaning out of everything. And I'm trying to find the middle ground these days. Like, okay, not everything has to be intellectualized. Not everything has to be psychoanalyzed.
Like, make enough meaning for you to, like, let it go or, like, move on or do something about it. But otherwise, like, it's cool. Like, close the loop. Find a way to just close it for yourself.
I know that I keep thinking and reminding myself, everyone is doing the best that they can. Everyone is doing the best that they can. Even if it doesn't show up like that.
Yeah, I definitely have pushed that lesson to the side for a while. Maybe I need to recenter it. Because I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I just expect a little more from people than some of the things that I'm seeing. So I gotta find a way to be like, and grace.
And compassion.
Yeah. I could definitely do a bit more of recentering that. So I'm like, are you doing the best you can? I don't know. And is this the best you can? Damn.
You know?
Damn.
Damn.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And then deciding like how interested am I in being in a relationship with you? If this is the best you can do. Is maybe the question I should be asking instead.
Yeah. Or even putting it on them. Like, I mean, I guess you can't say, is this the best you can
like,
do?
is it though? Like, is it? I think there's some kind ways, you know.
Well, how would you rephrase that?
It depends on the context.
Of course, always.
Depends on who I'm talking to in our relationship. In a work setting, it's my favorite place to give feedback. It's a work setting. I think it would be, what I'm looking for is not your best. I'm looking for you to do your job. If you can't do that, then, you know, pivot out of, at least this relationship.
Pivot out of my office.
Yeah, like, step out of it. If this is the best you can do and it's not the job, I don't know how we got here. So, again, lots of context for how that would go. But outside of that space, I don't think I would ask the question. I think I would highlight the gap. Like, if you're saying it's the best you can do and it's creating conflict, then, like, let's re-examine, you know, what we think best means. Maybe today's not the day. It's okay if you say, like, today is not my best and that's what I'm doing. Then I can accept that.
Right.
But if you're telling me it's the best you can do and it's wreaking havoc, I don't know. But me too, also. So I don't, you know.
Yeah, I mostly thought about it outside of a work context. Like, I think that people are doing the best that they can in their lives and, like, trying to maintain, you know, their lives. That I'm trying really hard not to take things personally.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I was thinking more about it from that standpoint. It's like, for example, if I don't know, if you showed up in a way that I was like, interesting. Like, that's not usually how she is. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe something's happening for her or whatever. Yeah. Like, I'm still gonna believe that you're doing your best. So I'm trying to keep that front of mind.
Oh yes, that's much easier. I think I was thinking about it from like a reciprocity and like expectation of relationship standpoint, which is different than like people navigating their like emotional ties of just like, being a person. Yeah. I have a lot more like tolerance and grace and patience for like a difference in your like my experience of you day to day has more to do with like what are the consequences of your not moving from a place. Right. It's more I'm like, is that really like, is that serving you or me or anyone?
That to me is like more stagnation.
Yeah, right. So for me, settling. I'm like, that's more where I'm like, that's not the best we can do. And you know, and like again, I don't think you have to do your best every day. I mean, you could try. Sometimes I don't want to do my best. Yeah. Sometimes I want to be a menace. Yeah. You know, and maybe doing that less, but sometimes it's useful. So.
Yeah, sometimes you need to, you know, show yourself what you're capable
you know?
of.
Just remember, I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah, like we'll see how they'll respond to me talking.
Yeah, like this, and you know, I know it's crazy, but I like the idea of dreams not dying. I think you're right. I mean, we circle back to this so often. Like even now, I feel like at some point we talked about like spending time outside, and like I think it just looks really different than maybe how we both anticipated it. But we've done it. Yeah. Like what's happening? Like, you know, like we're outside. I look at the time. I'm like, damn, it's past like 4 p.m. and I'm like about to go somewhere.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm outside my house and it's 7 p.m.
Yeah. Miracle. I'm like, right.
A literal miracle.
Doing it.
Yeah.
So shout out to us, you know, doing what we say we're gonna do.
And to me, that's really the work.
Yeah.
That's really the work. Like, I know that I have, my Saturn is in full effect. My Saturn return is in full effect.
What does that mean?
And when you're in your Saturn return, again, I'm no astrology whore. I just know the basics.
That's a crazy way to say that. Okay.
Like,
I hear it.
You know, or I'm not an astrology nerd.
Well, yeah.
You know, both
any
are the same.
word that works, I'll take
both are the same. But when you go through your Saturn return, it basically like turns your life upside down. Oh. It's almost like the death card in tarot, and it's an invitation for you to look around to see if the life that you're living is the life that you want to be living.
How do you know when your Saturn return? Have I had mine?
It happens a few times in your life, and the first time it happens is between like 27 to like your early 30s. So you're probably already in it and have been for a little while.
Yeah, that would be helpful information to have. If it's happened or if it's happening, I would like to know that information.
Definitely, yeah. I know I started my Saturn return I'm pretty sure it was this year, like late last year.
How do I want to find that out.
What app do you have?
I have CoStar. Will it tell me?
Maybe CoStar will.
I don't know. Well,
okay. We'll figure it out later.
We'll figure it out later. Oh my god, that'd be so useful to know. Because otherwise, like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah. And so, obviously, all of our friends are pretty similar in our age. And I'm like, yeah, guys,
it's a shit show.
It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. We're figuring it out. And every day we get to wake up and, you know, when your life doesn't look the way you want it to, like, that's a great opportunity. to reconsider.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like 6 months from 30, and I'm like, amazing stuff.
Roll to 30, roll to 30.
We're on the way, halfway there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful. Not that it should mean anything, but like, of course, we all live in the same society. We've decided it means a lot.
Again, to me, it's like a landmark almost, like just a moment in time, a milestone. Thank you.
Interesting. Saturn Return. Yeah, I don't know if I feel like my life is upside down. I think I feel very aware of how to solve the problems in my life, and like can't. So I almost wish I didn't know how to solve it. Because then I could just like, I could just live, I could just keep moving forward in the direction I'm going. But like, I'm like super aware of like what moves and or like steps would drastically change the circumstances of the people around me. Mm-hmm. So, I'm just sitting here in the awareness without the like, and it's not motivation, like I'm down, but it's like, we're not there yet. We're not there to like make these steps and things. And so it's not a terrible place, but it is like a really...
It's a hard place.
Yeah.
Definitely still a hard place.
I'm just like, yes. I'm like, all of that is the case.
Right, it's like the crossroads. You're not where you have been. And I'm trying
to, like, I'm down to walk across the street. Like,
of course.
But it's not really always my decision. So that's
right.
Interesting.
Sometimes the stop signs be on every fucking block.
I'm saying, like, the red light hasn't moved, bro. Like, I'm ready. Like, come on. Green means go. Mm-hmm. Let's go. So, yeah. It's an interesting place. And it feels like, I feel like I've been here before, right? Like I've had this feeling of just like, I know what to do, I know how to do it. I just need more than I can provide to do so. And like, it's always worked out. We've made it this far, so yeah, it'll come again.
I remember when I was a junior in high school and I had this job at a mall and I used to close all the time. So the closing shift would probably end at like 10 or something, and then you would have to clean the store, and I would usually leave like past 11, and the bus was never around. And I remember just like sitting at the bus stop knowing the bus wasn't gonna come, and like having this sense that my life needed to change and that there was nothing I could do to change it in that moment, and that I just had to get up the next day and I had a morning shift and I had to go to school, and it just felt like, oh my goodness. Eventually the bus came. Okay. It just took
a very long time.
I was like, it was one of those like, oh, you have to wait 30-40 minutes. So I was like, immediately I'm going to start crying because I'm tired and I want to go home. It's always so interesting to me that I can locate that feeling in a particular place.
Yeah.
Like I would never forget what it felt like.
Oh, definitely.
I
think what's cool right now for me is like, I've been here before, but it hasn't been like, it's not urgent, which I think is maybe age or like stability of some sort. Like I remember like the feeling you're describing. Like for me, it was definitely in college, and I was like, oh my god, like the decisions I make are like mine. Like I get to decide how my day looks, whatever it may be, and that was such an odd feeling that I had a lot more power than I feel like I ever had before in my life. And like I think, it comes back. It always circles back where like things feel like you hit a wall, you're stuck behind, like you have no options, all those things, and those things shift. And then I think what comes with age maybe is like, yeah, things don't look the way you want them to look, and you're doing what you need to get yourself to that place, and that's just kind of where you are, right? Yeah. It's different than like, oh my god, like tomorrow it has to be different. So even like for me, like there's small ways, and like there's things that I can control about how places feel, how spaces feel. Like those are things that like will alleviate some of that like angst or urgency, but otherwise it's just like, keep following steps. That's just kind of all it takes, which is different than like I definitely, the panic that I feel like came with this same feeling. Yeah. Even like a few years back, which I think is kind of cool.
Well, the lyric that I always have in my head is like, we weren't supposed to make it past 25. So anything after this is shits and giggles to me.
Win. Yeah.
Like I really had no sense of what my life was going to look like after college. Yeah. Even now, I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm following the path I'm creating, we're moving along every day,
and
but like
me pivoting. I'm like, all right, this left, all right,
and adapting all of the things, but the realization that now we get to create things. Now we get to make different choices, and I think about like, what is my responsibility in community to help us all, including myself, to know that like things can be different. and we can support each other in the midst of hell as we go to the next place, and not let I feel like it's really easy to just get like bogged down being like everything's terrible, I'm not doing anything, I'm a, you know, like all is easy to spiral. And so I feel like those are the moments where we need community the most, to be like, yeah, like, girl, like I'm right here alongside with you. Like, I don't know.
It's struggle city, but you know, we're gonna find a way to like, I agree. Yeah. I think it is such a I hope this podcast to me feels like a good microcosm of that, the entirety of it, like right, every season, the whole thing, like the experience of repeating conversations, the experience of being like, that was really terrible and now it's great, like even, and it's gonna come back, right? Like life is nothing but repetition, like it's gonna we're gonna feel the same way again. I think like to have such an archive of working through those feelings, and even this version of this conversation, we've had this conversation before, right? Like I remember like there was a point where I was like, oh my god, like I have to pay for grad school. Oh my god, like I don't have a job. Like it's happened, right? Like where you're stuck in a place that like feels like the world is ending, and it is to some extent. Always, constantly, depending on how far out you go from your personal life is ending. So sometimes you gotta just lock in and only focus on like your house. And to think about like the way those conversations went was the same. Like and now we're just gonna like giggle or something else is gonna happen. So it feels different. This version of it feels different to me, that like, you know, some of the same feelings are there, but they just don't feel, I'm not panicked about them. I'm like, I'm like, it's just kind of a crossroad, to your point. And like what will change can, what can't change won't. When it can, it will. Like that's just kind of like just kind of lock into that being like science, the truth, whatever it is, that's gonna kind of help you stay in the path that you're navigating forward.
Right, like stay the course.
And if it really needs to change, then like, you know, feel free to upend your life and see what happens. Like, you know, we've done that. Like I've tried that way too, and that was a different kind of hell. But like, you know, like I will never. I remember the day after I quit my job. I'll never forget it. Like I was home. It was summer. I was so tired, and it was summer, which means that I wasn't gonna have work anyway. But like I knew that this was different, because like now there was nothing in front of me. I was like, it's just me and my need to pay rent. That's all that's in front of me. There's nothing else here. And I just remember being like, it's over. Like I tried, and like, you know, like and now I'm just gonna like sit here until I guess someone evicts me or like something's gonna happen, right? And like but either way, like that opened so many doors that I would have never seen had I not left, or had the capacity or time to like look around more like cautiously, or like with more curiosity and more like air in my lungs and more time. So like I'll never forget that day, which means that like any day, nothing has been worse than that so far since that day. So I'm like, you know, like it's been bad, it'll be bad, it'll come back. Like those are all such, for me, like positive experiences to know that things shift, and I know that they can feel the other side's never coming. Right. But if nothing else, gravity is real, bro. Like something will fall. It will. Like, 1,000% it will fall, and then, you know, hopefully that gives you stability to like keep chugging along in this little life.
Yeah. And this also reminds me of like when things are different, and then you get put into an environment where the only thing that has changed is you, and not necessarily the people around you. And how many times the universe offers us an opportunity to make different choices when presented with the same problem, the same conflict, the same difficulty. Like those are the moments that I'm looking for these days, where I'm like having a conversation with you or another one of my friends or something, and we're like, actually, you would have responded very differently 3 years ago.
The same exact set of circumstances.
Yes. You would have
crashed out.
And today you're here to like, you know, to tell me that you acted differently. And how glorious is that, right? That we are able like, to be here.
If you crashed out, to be like, this time I crashed out. I know I shouldn't have crashed out, but even that, I'm like, I'll take it. Like, you did it, and you were like, that was a really wild way to respond. Yeah. And now we get to like, you know, re-engage even then.
Yeah, so I feel like we get so caught up in the idea that like nothing is changing, but it's like actually there's so many things changing within ourselves that we get presented with information or with circumstances that give us the opportunity to see what has changed.
Yeah, but you gotta be paying attention, right? That's the thing. Like, your life has to be like, you have to be like not anxious, so anxious that you can't see it.
Yeah.
Right. So even if all you're doing in between the same problem coming up again is just like learning how to like notice more, the next time around you're gonna notice more, and even that is like a tremendous amount of difference than like reacting constantly to the things that are happening around you.
Or even like having someone by your side who has seen you be different. That they can mirror back to you like, hey, actually, you would have responded very differently. And so having that type of community is really important and helpful.
You gotta keep people around you. Can't always be, recreating your community because they don't have any context for your history. And the way you remember yourself is not the same as how people around you remember you at all. Right? Like, maybe I remember myself as like, oh, I've never crushed out about this. And people are like, actually, well,
that one time.
Maybe a couple times. Like...
Maybe, it was like a little crashy.
Yeah, just like slightly. We're on the way off the cliff. We didn't make it off the cliff fully, but, close enough. Yeah. And to your point about space, I've been thinking a lot about, like, this space, right? Like, I've never lived in a place more than 2 years.
Right.
So it's been like... I've said this to you a million times, but I'm just... thinking about like how, and then I had to really think about like what did it give me that I can give myself still without leaving. Right. Because for me, I was like, I don't know if I care that like I don't live, like I don't know if it's really like I need a new home, but for me I was like, oh yeah, like it gave me a chance to like reset in a way that like you don't really get to if you're not like resetting by like moving things out of a space and into a new one. Yeah. So it's been an interesting experience of just like trying to think about like what are the things that like a previous behavior action gave me that I can still keep without that particular like it looking the same way before. Does that make sense? So it's been an interesting experience to pull the same lessons out and try to like have the same experience that was useful without it being entirely the same.
Right, without having to change absolutely everything.
Yeah, because I don't need to move. Like, it's not, like, but I'm like, what did it, like, it gave me a chance to reset. I was like, that's the thing that I need, right? Like, the thing that I need is not the moving. It is the thing underneath that, which is, like, like, for it to feel different or new or something like that. Or, like, less cluttered, whatever it is. And, like, how do you give yourself the same experience? So then the lesson there for me, I think that translates across even, like, to, like, my job. And I'm like, how to make it feel different, right? Like, maybe I don't need a new one, whatever it is. But, like, what is the thing that, like, feels very missing? Yeah, and that was addressed in a different way by accident, by just like circumstance. Because the moving was never like I had to move, right? That's why I moved, and I didn't have to. So now I'm like, I'm not getting what I need out of the situation. So it's been interesting to think about it that way.
Yeah. Again, you are changing. The environment doesn't always change alongside with you,
right? Yeah.
For so many reasons,
right? Yeah, you don't always know what you're addressing,
right?
Like, the few times that I moved was because, like, my lease ended, somebody else moved in. There was other external factors that were like, you have to move. And I didn't know that I was, like, also giving myself a reset by doing so. It just happened to be the thing that I was doing. Yeah. So to have to find that lesson again was so useful because now I know that. So if I never move again, I know that, like, that's what I need, right? That's going to be the thing I have to find a way to always do is reset. Yeah. So if that's the more useful, like, core lesson that I actually didn't learn by moving. I just kind of got used to the experience of doing so and didn't realize the, like, link that there was.
Right, that what it was actually offering you was, like, something beyond what was immediately, like, what you could immediately see.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But only staying in the same place gives you that experience, right? Like, you actually have to, like, change less things to see the underlying value of the lesson, or to find it, if you can.
Yeah,
that one's a new one.
And then on the other side, it's like for a long time, like stability was the thing that we were searching for, and I'm like, having a home is one of the ways that you can feel stable. Because I remember previously, I was like, oh, I'm constantly moving, right? So I feel unstable, right? So now that we're on the other side of this experience, it's like, oh, this actually gave me the feeling that I wanted, which was stability.
And then now there's a new underlying, right? So it's gonna be a problem everywhere you go. You just gotta find a different way to address it. Because that's what I was looking for, a place to not leave. Yeah. Right. And then that was the experience I'm having, but it doesn't feel like it should. So I'm like, okay, like something else is still here that like isn't being addressed. So now I feel like both pieces are like here. Maybe there's more, but at least those two have been addressed. Yeah. The puzzle pieces fit.
Yeah, your bedroom looks different.
Exactly. No rug, guys. Get rid of your rugs. Put it somewhere else.
Last time it was take your Oura ring off. Now
let's get rid of your rug. I was trying to be minimalist here.
Declutter. You know, for a long time I actually wanted to be a minimalist.
I still want to be. I have not. I mean,
I don't know if I can, but I like the idea of having. We've talked about having a uniform.
How? Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
You know the videos that are like, my house isn't clean and then it looks like nobody lives there?
Mm-hmm.
That's my... Like, if I was like, I live here, it's not clean. That's why my room was bothering me so much. Like, I cleaned it and I was like, it doesn't... Something's
feel
wrong.
different, yeah.
Yeah, because it just didn't feel clean. And I was like, there's nothing for me to pick up. Nothing is dirty. So I don't know what the problem is.
Right.
Once I got rid of the rug, I was like, oh, the rug. You know? So that is still my goal. I have not made it there. Because, again, this house felt so empty and echoey empty. So it's a balance of, like, things, not things. So, you know, that's a fun problem.
Not having.
You know? And again, like, part of, like, feeling like you're constantly moving is you don't own anything. You want to own things, you know? And, like, trying to get better at, like, what are the things that I want to own? What do I, like, really want to invest in?
Yeah.
Those feel like adult questions. Like, you know, when you have money and time to address them.
But I also think about, like, we are a part of a generation of, like, women who have more options than those that came before us.
Yeah.
And it's like, now the problems that we have, I'm like, wow, these are great problems some days. You know, things that people couldn't even consider before. So that's something that I feel like helps ground me a little bit. Just to be like, oh, okay, I have a lot of, not only do I have different choices to make, but I have different options available to me.
Yeah.
Than
and you also
before.
have community.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, you have people around you who are, like, in a similar position to, like, support, encourage, like, make those things, like, possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just continuing to think about that. Like, what feels different now that, again, wouldn't have been possible before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this life is so long, it's so big, it's so small. Like, we're this tiny little speck, and like, I'm here to have a great time.
That's it.
There's a spray that I have that it says, enjoy the fuck out of your life. And I love it. Every time, you know, I'm mad or I'm salty or something, I'm like, you know what?
You like to spray.
I said, okay.
Be grateful you can be salty. You know? Stay salty for a second. If that's, you know? Add some seasoning to your life. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's always, like, I always appreciate, I mean, I'll never not, the sun. It really, winter is so terrible. It's so dark, right? Like, and I think I'm just so, that's why, I mean, as much as I complain about living in Boston, like, the seasons changing is such a good reminder that, like, things always return to something else. Right? And you can decide what your starting point is. It can be summer, it can be winter, whatever you know, and, like, I think opting into summer being your place to reset is maybe slightly easier than picking, you know, depths of December, but
yeah.
I think it's just a good reminder that, like, nothing will stay as it is. Nothing. Like, that's why I appreciate the, like, not attachment so much. It's like, it's not gonna stay, bro. What's gonna stay is, like, your attitude, or, like, your approach, your ability to stay in a room or leave a room. Like, those things stay, but everything else is not gonna stay as it is. People are always learning constantly to either be, like, amazing or more terrible, or who knows, right? But everyone's having their own journey of, you know, unlearning, learning, picking their battles, picking too many battles, no battles. Like, everyone's figuring it out.
But the thing is that not only are things changing outside of you, things are changing inside of you. And sometimes I find that I have to remember, like, oh, my name is Adeline. I am 28 years old. Today is X, Y, and Z date. You get what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, I'm having this experience and now I'm like 16. Or I'm having this experience and now I feel like I'm 12.
Right.
It's like,
you gotta reset.
I'm here. Things are so different than they were when I was a kid. And, like, how grand that life is. I even look at my sister sometimes. Like, wow, your life dramatically changed. And I am so grateful and honored that I can witness that. And we often, like, joke about it. I'm like, you better tell your son that this is not what it was.
Right. Not even a little bit. Like, it was not like this.
Like, something as small as you have your own room. I didn't have my own room till I graduated college. I'm like, I'll never forget.
Oh.
You know? I'll never forget
same.
that.
Me and my trundle bed, my sister, not forgetting it, you know? That was...
Yes.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different, and...
Like,
there's a certain
community.
There's a certain level of sweetness there to, like, notice that things are different now.
Yeah. It was also kind of... It's so crazy to me how quickly your body finds 16-year-old Adeline feelings. You know what I mean? Like, even for me, like, I'm like, I depending on where I am, like, immediately I'm like, okay. And it's hard to, like, find your way out of that moment because it really is as, like, present as this one, right? Like, it feels very much like we like swapped bodies for a second, and now like I'm back to being in 8th grade, you know, and like I have no boys, and everyone around me is telling me what to do, and I'm just sitting here like I pay my own bills, guys. You know, it feels crazy. So even being able to like, sometimes I can't find my way out of that quick enough, but I can at least like recognize the two of us.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
And yeah, it doesn't change the way that I respond in the moment, but like I can at least be like, all right, I pay my bills, but like I'm gonna start crying right now. Those are both gonna happen at the same time.
Yeah.
So, you know, the awareness, even that is like, yeah, I feel like when you're younger, it's so hard. The world felt like it was ending constantly.
Daily.
Every day. It was ending.
Yeah.
Conflict with friends, over. My whole life was over. I got home and like my parents were over. Like it was always constantly ending. And it's such a like, I don't know if I've appreciated enough that I don't get there as quickly or often, because I'm not in. I've chosen a lot of my spaces, you know, like where I live, who I'm with, all these things. Like they don't like bring my blood pressure to the freaking ceiling every day anymore, and like it's just not the same. And obviously it's age, and you know, like when you're 14, 15, hormones, whatever it is, like you really feel like this next decision is the only decision that will like determine the rest of your life.
Right.
Yeah. Everything is like, you can undo a lot. With more time.
You can undo a lot. Everything is temporary. Everything is cyclical. And I don't know, we just go through cycles. I feel like I go through cycles in my own mind, my own body. Just like, okay, things are different now, and now they aren't. And
they go back, yeah.
And they go back.
I mean, think about even just like we talked about hair, right? Like what was it, months ago now at this point, and like I don't know if I've been as consistent as I should be, but like both of our hair is done right now. You know, at some point right now, for whatever reason, that part of my system is locked in,
solid,
right? Like it might not be next month. It wasn't a week ago, but like today my hair is in braids.
Right.
My hair is in you know, like something happened. So even like there's just so many things to keep up with. So whenever when I see our like episode covers, I'm like, I remember what I was prioritizing that day, and it was definitely not this, right? So it'll be funny to look back and be like, yeah, like I had time, and I had like energy for this particular focus point. And it's just a good reminder that like that will never be consistent.
Yeah,
so it's okay.
And we always get to make choices about what we prioritize, and sometimes something just has to be deprioritized. And maybe that's your hair, maybe that's food, maybe that's even relationships sometimes.
Yeah.
So, if anything, like self-compassion is the word that keeps coming up for me in the last like week or so. Just like considering what would it mean for me to be compassionate. Like I can't expect to be perfect.
No.
Why would I want that?
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sad.
You're gonna notice one thing you didn't do, and it's gonna the whole thing will unravel immediately.
Oh, I'm like, I didn't put a period at the end of the sentence. I'm a terrible person. You know, everything could feel that big.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And sometimes does.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's and when you do what you need, when you address your needs, it's interesting how much more space you have in your brain. I watched this video. I think it was on Instagram. I don't know, but this person was talking about how he went to like a medicinal person who like helped him get like tension out of his back or aligned his hips or whatever it was. And he was explaining how like when his body was adjusted, his brain had more space. Which I was like, interesting. So and I was thinking about like for me, like my house not being clean, I literally can't think about anything else. I don't know how to explain how much of my brain is taken up by whatever it is. So, like I know. And they don't do it all the time, obviously, which is a good reminder that, my brain is full of things. When I look at my house, I'm like, clearly I need to clean it because, but like, I wonder if people are aware of what that is for them. Like, it might not be cleaning. For me, it is, I guess. So, like, when I walk into my house every day and I just look around, I'm like, oh, so clean, right? Like, when it's not, I don't feel that way. So, I wonder how aware people are of what is that one thing that is, like, always going to, like, fill your brain immediately if not addressed. Whatever it is. It could be your hair. It could be, like, a relationship. It could be a conversation. It could be, like, whatever it is. But I think like it's been so useful to know what that is for me, because if anything else I can always reset,
right,
at least to like a slightly more like less anxious place and a slightly more balanced place always, because I know this one thing being addressed like creates more capacity for me to just like even look around. What do you think yours is?
Probably a movement of any sort, like just getting up and either walking, yoga, any of those. Like that to me is my constant, regardless of what's happening. I'm like, oh, I didn't move today. I'm like, okay, well, when is that gonna happen? Right. It supports my emotional and mental well-being to levels that I cannot describe. Like, I am literally a fucking menace to society if I didn't, like, go on a 10-minute walk. Just to have, like, some spaciousness, right, in the mind, which is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I think before, like, I feel like when I was younger, right, like, I didn't really have control over, like, how clean the entire space I was a part of was. Like, having roommates in college, like, so I never got to figure out, like, that was it.
Right.
Because it wasn't my, like, doing or not doing. Like, the space felt, I don't know, it was relatively clean, but it wasn't, like, to the level that I needed it to be for me to have space in my brain. So it was a weird, like, I couldn't connect the dots until I feel like I lived alone. I was like, oh, it has to be this clean.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, okay, that's good to know for me, because I can, at the very least, like, know I haven't done that and know that's why I feel the way that I feel, or do it and then give myself the relief, whatever the, like, you know, whatever capacity you have for that. It's very useful to know.
I mean, one of the first things that I do every day when I wake up, I clean the kitchen. It doesn't matter if I cleaned the night before. There's just always going to be something. And cleaning could be, like, putting stuff away.
Yeah.
Tidying up, right? It doesn't mean, like, deep cleaning all of the time.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I know that doesn't go there. And until I put it away, I'm just going to keep fixating on it. And I need to not fixate on it. You know?
Yeah.
So yes.
So cleaning also, yeah.
Yeah, cleaning's a big
That's why
one.
For me, like, the goal always is, like, have less. Right, even if it's more, it's like it has to have a place at home.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm glad it's cleaning and it's not external to me. And maybe it's not ever external. I don't know how it works, but, like, I'm grateful it's not, like, doing something that is, like, outside of myself, like going to, like, a class, or, like, I don't know. It's not. It doesn't involve like community necessarily. Yeah. To give myself the initial reset that I feel like I'm looking for. I'm just grateful that it's something useful for myself.
Yeah, and that you can give back to yourself.
Yeah, I
can
always,
like, as a way to replenish. Yeah.
And the funny part for me is, like, I feel that way also in people's spaces. If that makes sense. Like, I feel as anxious. It depends on the space. If it's not my space or a space I go to often, then, like, whatever. But, like, I like having tasks when I go to places. You know this. If I go to gatherings, so, like, so my job always will be, I'll, like, give me a dish. I'll wash a dish. So even if it's not my space, like, something about that is such a easy ritual that I have, which I really appreciate. People have gotten used to it. I think they're just like, yeah, Linda's gonna wash a dish. I'm like,
I was about to say, is this stimming?
Maybe, but it's also
like,
just, like, I don't know. I'm not. It's maybe.
I don't know if I'm using the word correctly.
You are, but I think, like, maybe. But I think part of it is, like, I'm just not good at, like, sitting still anywhere, especially if the alternative is then to socialize.
Yeah, like, to me, it feels like a way to self-soothe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think I'm a multitasker. Like, I don't know. I think that's trauma, definitely. But, like, it's not what I'm not working to have less. Whatever. Yeah, I'm down to multitask. But
one of my favorite things that you do is when you walk into a home and you say hi to it. I think that's so beautiful, and I didn't realize that it was connected to your culture at all. But that to me is, like, what I think about when you say, like, I don't want to be a guest in somebody's home.
Yeah, I guess that's culturally. I don't. It feels odd to me, and maybe I don't know. Maybe it's, like, the receiving thing, whatever it is. It just feels odd to me that, like, you're, like, serving me. It's okay. Like, I can get water from the tap. You know, it's cool.
I wish so many people were like you. Because there are some people that just go to your house, especially a lot of older immigrant men, in particular. You know, they just go to the house. They sit on the couch and they wait. They look around. Yeah. They see the women cleaning. Nothing. They don't even bat an eye.
Yeah. So maybe it is gendered too.
Definitely gendered for sure.
Yeah, and I think I definitely take up that role very quickly in any space I'm in. Yeah. I just it feels so uncomfortable to me, because also, like, I know what you're doing in the kitchen. I can get it. Yeah. You know, it's not like I don't know what's happening over there. Like, you're pouring me a cup of tea. It's okay. I can pour it. You can
but there's also something about doing what feels natural to you in a space that may not feel like as comforting or as comfortable. Yeah. Like, still coming back to the things that you can ground yourself in, which is kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah. And I think, like, and the good part for me at this point is, like, I don't really go to people's houses who I'm a guest in. Like, it's not like there's nobody's house that I'm entering where, like, there's some sort of, like, polite hello, like, would you like what? I'm so uncomfortable with that interaction. And the last time I feel like I experienced that was, like, years ago, I was like visiting a white family of one of my friends, and like they were just like, no, sit. And I just like the whole time I was like,
now I don't know what to do.
So I just sat there like this,
Mm-hmm.
and they like brought me a plate. I was like, I don't want what's on my plate, you know, like it's not. And then like it wasn't until like I was there for a few days, like, and then eventually I was like, can I please wash my own cup, please? Like this now you're like blocking my way a little bit. Like now
you're making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, like actively, because I'm just like, I can wash a cup. Like I know I'm a guest here, but like I can wash the damn. I'm rinsing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So even now, like when I go to some of my friends' houses, like my first task, like when I go to somewhere, I start washing dishes. If I see them in the sink, I'm washing them. Like, if you don't want to wash them, I'm like, this isn't even about you or your house being clean. This is just for myself.
Mm-hmm. I saw you do it just recently.
Exactly. I don't know. It's like, that's what I do at my house. It's just...
If it was up to you, you probably would have gotten them out, figured out where it was.
What have, you know? But, you know, I'm trying to learn how to, like, you know, like, do less. But it's never, like, it's not an issue for anybody else. I don't know. I'm just like, this is just a thing. Even, like, at parties in college, like, people would be like, woo! And I'd be out there washing cups, throwing things away, you know? I don't know. I just want people to have a clean space. And I can talk to you while I'm cleaning, but just talking to you with nothing to do?
Right. Yeah.
No. So.
Interesting. Worthy of exploration.
I like it.
I'm very curious how your relationship with cleaning will change over time. If at all.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I'd be down to get a cleaner. I think, I don't know if I'm attached to cleaning. I think I just like the things that are clean.
I mean, you would definitely say that you like the feeling that cleaning gives you.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, I'm more interested in the space not ever getting messy. Mm-hmm. If I could prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
You know? But I hate dishwashers. That's not going to change. I know it's like a conspiracy theory in my brain and it's not real, but like, I stand by it. I just don't believe they clean things. I know they do. I know. Logically, I know. But...
Well, you choose
nothing
your own path.
Nothing is scrubbing in there, so I can't, like, I don't get it.
Listen, that's one of the best inventions of the century. So grateful for it. I will say I prefer to clean versus cook in any environment I'm in. Do you don't feel the same way? That's kind of odd.
No, I gotta cook. Over cleaning?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't, they're not separated in my brain. Like, if I don't clean as I'm cooking, then... The idea of cooking and leaving a mess behind is like... No, that's not what I'm saying. Oh, you mean like over... I'm
saying that if someone asked me, would you prefer to cook today or would you prefer just to clean the house? I would always choose cleaning the home.
Oh.
Yes, obviously, you know, you...
I would pick cooking over cleaning.
That's interesting.
But I guess like if the house was a mess, I couldn't concentrate enough to cook. So I don't know how to answer that. But like if I'm choosing my preference...
Yeah.
If my preference is like... cook in this space that is a mess, I'd pick cleaning because I couldn't.
What if the space was clean?
Then I would cook.
Then you would cook.
My option, yeah. If I got to pick just like off task alone,
yeah.
Okay.
Interesting, because to me, I'm like, Linda, you go cook. I'll clean everything you make.
That works. I've been trying to teach my mom that. I'm like, clean as you go, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna want to clean all the 35 pots you used. No, yeah. So between the two, it's cooking. If it's a mess, I'm not cooking anything. It has to be like I clean my kitchen like. All the way before I even touch or open something to cook.
What do you enjoy about cooking for someone who doesn't? I had to say that very low. Like, does it offer you a specific feeling or do you just like that you can experiment? Is like, what about it is enjoyable?
I like the idea of finishing a task. End to end, but like from ingredients to a meal. I think that's like
okay,
like that experience.
But I'm like, you could find that in different places.
1,000%. Cooking. Yeah, I cooking. That's part of why I enjoy it. Is like, you know, you bought a bunch of ingredients and this became a meal. I think that's really cool. I think experimenting is fun. I think it's like it nourishes people. Yeah,
but I love the fact that it's a direct service.
Yeah, I like the task of it. That's what I enjoy about it.
Yeah.
If it's for myself, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Because like it's just a task that has no good result. Because I'm gonna forget. It's gonna go bad. I'm not gonna eat it. You know. So.
Let's not even talk about food waste.
Exactly. Lord. So that's why I don't. You see my fridge? I'm trying to make sure I don't.
She's a bro for real.
But I like the idea of like if I have a good plan. Like when I go to the grocery store, like I have made my plan. I know what I'm doing. My kitchen is clean. I made a list. I have recipes I'm going to make. Like, it's very, you know, end to end. I come home. I do all the things and it's all done. It's great. Like it's such a I feel so accomplished on the other side. I enjoy that experience. What about for you? What do you enjoy? Well, like cleaning over cooking.
I enjoy cleaning
over cooking.
Yeah, any day of the week.
So interesting.
Any hour.
What about laundry over dishes?
Laundry. I would choose laundry.
I love that. Amazing.
I would
good pair of dishes. You can have. I hate folding clothes.
I don't think laundry is as difficult as people make it.
It's not difficult. My issue is not the difficulty. My issue is that there's way too many steps. I mean, like it's not a task that ends. For me. Like,
no, it doesn't.
It doesn't end. Like it is not a task. So my issue is never like how hard is it. It's like, damn, I like made a pile of clothes. I put some of it in the wash. Now it's in the dryer. Now I gotta fold it. It's too many steps. If it was like washed and then it's away somehow mysteriously, I'd be down. But that's not. But dishes, like I clean it, it's clean. That's it.
To me, it's like it's not clean because it's drying, so it's still there.
No, I dry it and I put it away.
Oh, I let it dry.
Oh.
Like, I leave it there for a while.
Which also would be fine for me, but, like, because I want it to be over, if I have the bandwidth, I'm doing the whole thing. Yeah. End to end. If I leave things, the next day they're just going away. But, like, even for folding, I can leave the clothes, but I still have to fold them, and then they go away. They're still, it doesn't end. Like, there's no...
I've decided that that's my contribution to community.
Is laundry?
Is laundry. I'll always at the moment.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's a good one, because people have mouths. They do laundry every day.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think I wouldn't hate it as much if I did laundry more often. Like, it's smaller amounts.
That makes sense.
That I could, But I wait till, like, I have nothing, and then I have to do laundry, and it's the most annoying task ever.
Yeah. I don't even know how we got here.
Me either. I asked you. Because you said you prefer cleaning over cooking, and then I said dishes versus laundry.
No, I was just thinking, like, dreams don't die.
Oh.
Cleaning. I said, how did our brains move so rapidly? Being in the same place.
Things are always evolving. Repetition is useful. Yes. Having a reset's always useful. My reset is cleaning.
Yes.
I did it. I found
the English teacher in you said, this is the introduction. Mm-hmm. This was the body.
Yeah, cleaning, and now we're talking about cleaning. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so it's still, the whole thing, the point was reset.
Reset, always.
Have a reset that is yours.
Know what your reset is.
Yeah, or like find it, learn it, And maybe you don't know it yet because you don't have the environment where you can like see what are your decisions versus like what is your circumstance.
That is a fair and great point, actually.
Yeah, I didn't know that I was clean until I got to college.
Yeah, I didn't know that I was anal about cleaning until I had roommates.
Well, until that, but also until I had my own room and I was like, my room stays clean, which means that it's not me. That's
right.
what I was like,
I'm not the problem.
I was like, it has never been me.
I love not being the problem.
It's my favorite way. Some things I was like, oh, that is me. Let's put that one down over there for a second. But yeah, I didn't know until college that like I'm pretty like disciplined about cleaning. I didn't know that. Like I really like that was not. I would never describe myself that way. And now I'm like, I'm annoying a little bit. I started having roommates, so.
I understand. No. Or you just gotta find someone who's like pretty similar.
But now I can, because like I figured out what my things are. But I feel when you live with people, it was hard for me to figure out like what are we've all just agreed to, like what of this am I contributing, like what is just like circumstance. Like it was hard to distinguish what was what. Yeah. But now that I'm aware, I just gotta find someone who just cares less about these things than I do.
That wouldn't irritate you? I feel like I would get irritated.
Why?
If someone didn't care to keep the standard of the home the same?
Oh, because I'm keeping it. No matter if they do it or not, I'm going to redo it. So I'm more invested that it gets done than like the shared responsibility of the task.
True.
So, and that's the kind of anal I am, is like, I'm going to do it. And like, it's cool that you also, want to or willing or can or will. That's all amazing. I just know that I also always will. And it's never going to be a point of contention of like, I've done it this many times and you haven't. I'd be like, and it's gonna get done.
You're like, I've always done
it. It is in the rule. Like my anxiety will like be too high if it's not done. So I will like by like force it'll happen. Like I have no choice. Yeah.
It's so interesting, like the things that we gravitate to help us like settle. Because that's when I think about cleaning. That's what I think about. I'm like, okay, like I just need some space to breathe. Yeah. This will give me that. Yeah. Like opening the window offers me that too. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Some air is moving around. Yes.
That's why winter I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, it's dark outside at 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I would say instead of doing takeaways today, I would love for us to think about just something that we're grateful for. Because I feel like we've named a lot of things during this episode, but we haven't centered gratitude.
For us or for our audience?
I think for us.
Okay.
If you want, if you have something for the audience, you
I
can
don't know
share.
if I have gratitude for them. I hope they find some gratitude for themselves.
Yeah. Practice gratitude.
Yeah. I guess I'll try to do it both ways. So what I hope people take away them is repetition. Mm-hmm. I mean, I swear I repeat myself every episode. Repetition is the best teacher. Is the best way to see what of you is like consistent, what of you is you, what of you is like circumstance. It's a good way to kind of, notice more of your life. So it's okay if you're not moving in any direction often. Like depth is also a lesson, as much as breadth is a lesson. And I think for me, gratitude, I think I'm really grateful for consistent community. I've known you for a long time. We've known each other for a lot of variations of our life, and I think that is such a useful and like rare, beautiful thing, because I can be like, remember this thing? You're like, yep. And I'm like, amazing. Right? Yeah. So like it's a good, really kind mirror that's like, hey, you haven't moved on this thing. You could. Possible. You could engage with it differently. So I'm grateful for consistent community in close friends, I think, to be a bit more specific. I'm also, I think, I haven't said this in this episode, but we talked a lot about like honoring our values and what those are. And I told you that mine was about community and how I didn't feel like I was being present in my community. I think I'm grateful for like personal accountability to shift, because again, like nothing has changed. I'm just like doing what I keep saying is important to me in a slightly more accountable way externally, and that's been really interesting to experience.
I mean, everything you said plus one. The way that the words that are coming up for me is to stay in conversation. Stay in conversation, even if you feel like you're having the same conversation over and over again with the same person. Like something new will appear. Something new will be true. You will be different. Hopefully they will be too. And I see that as almost a responsibility to staying in conversation. And to your point too, like I'm so grateful that I could be a witness, and that my friends could be a witness to me, that the people in my life could be a witness and show me like, I've known you for this long. Here are the things that are true about you, that I know to be true about you. And to pay attention and listen. Because sometimes we only take the things that, where we're falling short or whatever. But it's like, no, there are people in your community who see that you've been trying for a really long time at something, and finally you arrived. And so I'm grateful to be able to see that in others and to be able to have that mirrored back to me. Absolutely.
That's beautiful.
And that's what we're doing here.
It's an archive.
It's a true archive.
Yeah. At some point we can like rewatch all of them. Like, yeah. I learned that lesson kind of.
Someone recently, a few days ago, asked us like, what is the podcast about? Or what does the podcast offer you? It was one of those two questions. And I was like, oh, introspection. And what you said was it's a good bridge to learn how to build community. You said a version of that. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, it's a practice of.
It's a practice of community.
It's like public practice of community building.
Public practice of community building. Which, that means that you stay in conversation with somebody. And, there's some days where I'd be like, oh, I don't want Linda to see this part of me.
Yeah, but I think that it's brought us closer. Like, I think Absolutely. Our relationship has significantly grown. I mean, we also just talk to you all the time, but, like, because of the kinds of conversation we're having, I think there's, like, very little you don't know about my life.
Yeah, and that's scary sometimes.
1,000%. Of course.
I'm like, damn, is there not a thought I have for myself?
There's like very first draft thoughts that like I've definitely shared with you that I'm like, I didn't even know those are the words I had to say about this topic, and analyze the first person who heard them. Yeah. I think that's good community though.
There's a lot to unpack there that maybe we will next time.
Yeah, but I think overall though, I think it is like a it keeps you here. It keeps you in the world, because like the other option is like. And the spiraling still happens, but it's different when like someone else can kind of like see a bit of it, like, hey, I think you might be spiraling, like it's helpful to kind of be pulled back into community.
Yeah. And that's why sometimes we don't know, when people are going through a hard time, because we don't see when they're stable. And that when you actually witness someone for a long time, you can actually see when they start to change.
Yeah. And you gotta figure out, okay, like here's what's shifted in this like period of time, or what didn't shift, or like what feels stagnant. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, a practice of community building for sure.
Shout out to us. Yeah, community.
Always and forever.